Hello. Welcome to How I Compose Music. I'm your host, Christopher Paul, and I am going to show you how I compose music. It's not meant to be a tutorial to show you how to compose music. This is just how I do it. If you can learn anything, great. If you enjoy it, great. If you don't, then you're probably not going to watch any more of it. So, okay, well, here we go. I'm basically starting from absolute scratch here. No ideas, no nothing. So, here's my desktop, and I'm going to start a brand new piece of music from absolutely nothing. This is what I have to work with at the moment. This conservatory, these are all the projects I'm working on at the moment. That's something different. I'm going to add something to this collection here. Let's see. Active projects, okay. Make a new folder. I'm going to name it new project. Simple enough. And I'm going to send it to the desktop. Create a shortcut. Here we go. End of the piece. I'm going to start off with a folder. This is I do pretty much the same thing every time. I don't compose the same way. I just kind of set things up the same way so I know how to stay organized. But I'm going to call that folder 0. And that's all I need to do for now. And all I really need is like a piece of data, like anything. I like to compose music organically, you know, stemming something from nothing, you know, without forcing or imposing anything, as much as I can. And for lack of ideas, I'm just gonna open my window and like film a few seconds and upload that and see what I can derive from the video. Doesn't that sound like fun? Okay, I will be right back. Okay, that was a success. There's my video. And I'm going to label it 0.0. And it's pretty much all the info I need to start a piece of music, and it's about 12 minutes long, or 12 seconds long. So, here we go. That's it. That's all the info I need. I'm going to write a piece of music based on this. Now, I don't know what kind of music it's going to be. It could be an orchestral work, or it could be a metal tune. I don't know. I'll find out as I go. Okay, well now I have a 12-second video to work with. And that's a lot more than working with absolutely nothing. So, first, I really don't need the video. I'm going to convert it to a WAV file. Let's see, MP3, WAV, output folder, desktop. as 0.1. And here's where it starts to get a bit interesting. So I can do a number of things with this. My best, first I'm going to open it up in Reaper. Reaper is my DAW of choice. And it's asking me to save project, so I'll do that. Okay, I was already there, duh. I'm going to create a subdirectory for the project, yes. And I'm going to label it 0.2. There we are. I don't like the gray. I'll change the color. Good. So, this is the 12 seconds of data that I just recorded out the window. And I'm going to change this. Raw data. That's it. And you can hear it. So yeah, okay, I'm one step closer now to making this a piece of music. So I can actually, let's see. Yeah. Okay, now if I expand the data, let's do it this way. Okay. And this looks like something I could work with here. So it gets real busy around this part. And look at that. Yeah, I can make this work. Absolutely. Okay, what I am going to do is let's see. I'm going to render the file as, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to call it raw data. All I want to do here is make it a mono file. It's a stereo file at the moment. I'm going to make it a mono file. So looks legit. File. Here we go. Close. And I'm just gonna, oh, you don't need that track anymore. That works. Here we are. Now if I zoom in on it, where I was. There's actually a lot of information here. A lot of info. Look at all the rises and all the falls. Oh boy. I mean, what I'm going to end up doing is putting this on a graph. And I'm going to start to graph out music based on this. I just don't know how much of it I want to use. I mean, 12 seconds is a very long time, and when you start breaking things down into wavelengths, because you can see the music's going to go up, and this line in the middle here, this dividing line, that would be like that would be the primary pitch axis. So you can have some of these approach it from below and go up, some of these approach it from up and go below, but it's a constant motion. It's like a sine wave, you know, like this. Like here it goes, there's like takes a turn here. Yeah, I don't know how much of this I want to use yet. I could use the whole thing. It would be like a very, very lengthy piece if I did that. I don't need to. I think I just need to isolate a chunk of the data to what looks most appealing, most interesting. And in fact, even this, it's not the actual sound that I'm using. I'm only looking at the trajectories. Primary pitch axis, secondary pitch axes, that sort of thing. I'm going to take a pause from this at the moment and take a break and think about it for a short while. Be right back. All right, well, after we had taken a slight break and I thought about it for a few minutes there while I was outside, and okay, I like this. This looks interesting. This looks like the most interesting piece of it, and I left off here. It just by happenstance. I moved the marker over here before, so I'm gonna cut it. Split out a mosaic cursor and remove that. Come on. And so I'm just working with this, and let's see. Looks like it cuts off about there. Oh, it actually goes a little bit above, but that's all right. I'm going to split it anyway. And resize the window. Like this. I want it to fit the whole window, man. I can't get it to fit the whole window. I'm doing this for a photo. Let's see. See, I still don't know if this is too much material. No, I don't know. I want to stretch it out more. It's not. It seems like it's too bunched up. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see. This seems to be the most. Can do that. Get this. See, right now I'm looking at the slope of the trajectories, and it's starting to look pretty realistic. But it's going to be fast-paced. The more I spread it out, the more mellow and slow it looks, just real casual. So it's like, where's the line? Where do I stop? Or how do I want to stretch it out? But I can only use what fits on the screen. Well, that's not true. I set that arbitrarily for myself. I purposely just decided that that's how I was going to decide how to use these, whatever I can fit on the screen as a photo. That was just my decision. I don't have to do it like that. But yeah, this looks okay. This looks fine. Just like this. I think this should work. Yep. I'm going to snap a photo. That's it. That's all I need. So, save my Reaper project. I don't need it anymore. Not for that. Let's see. Okay. Gonna save it. There it is. There's my lovely photo. Right there. Right there, bold and beautiful and purple. Okay. Let's see what I can do with this now. Okay, I'm going to open this up in Paint, Windows Paint. And let's see. There we go. Grid lines. Here's what it looks like zoomed in. Let's see. Yeah, it might be kind of hard to see at the moment. This looks pretty close. This looks about good. I think everybody can see that. But see what happens here is each little square becomes a rhythmic unit, you know, and each vertical square becomes a different degree of pitch, you know. So this is like a MIDI roll view and or a piano roll view, MIDI view in a DAW. Yeah, this is like MIDI view in a DAW. When you look at it like this, it's like, so what I can do with this now is take this as a sketch, you know, and actually start plotting trajectories based on this data. Start building music on graph paper. You know, I could do the same thing in a MIDI view in a DAW like Reaper. But I don't get to draw on those. I like to draw not only trajectories, but other things. I like to, it's just a different way of working. But whatever I do on graph paper ends up getting transferred to, well, I'll save that stuff for later because I can do different things in different ways. But I'm about to start going through this and graphing it out on paper. So I'll be back after I set that up. Give that a little while. Okay, I copied this over. This is something I had pre-made. This is one of the tools I use, and I use it inside Windows Paint. But just from zooming in, it gets about like this. It's just graph paper, you know. But it's not the grid setting in Windows Paint. It's actual like graph paper. I made this and I have it saved. So I can use it at will and paint on it. So let's open that up in Windows Paint. It's like this. Looks like this. I have it all. These points here go in tens. These are groups of 10. I have them pre-marked off. And it goes pretty long. It goes on for a time. Should be plenty enough room here for this. That's all I want to do. I just want to transfer this loose looking sine wave arrangement and make it into something more like this. And, ooh, I'll show you something interesting. This is from the Schillinger System of Musical Composition. These books are like about 100 years old. And I'm looking for this a section. It's getting too advanced already. Basically, it's like hold on. Theory of melody. I know what I'm looking for, I just don't know where it is. It's in this book. It's like, it's like this. These look like the sine waves that I'm looking at right here. It's this. You see? Patterns. When you put these on graph paper, like something like this would become something like this. See? And you can do different things with them. Build them in different ways. I'm not worried about that yet. All I'm worried about at the moment is transferring this just onto graph paper so that I can work with it. And that is all a lot more advanced than when I started out a little while ago with nothing but a blank screen here with no ideas. So in what, probably about an hour or so, I'd say. About an hour. I've gone from nothing to, now I'm actually working on something. Now I'm actually working with data. I'm working with material. I'm going to build something out of this. So I took it that far in about an hour. Boom. So much for writer's block, huh? Okay. Well. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go do that then. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see y'all in part 2.